Talking point platform. TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as well on for tomorrow. Now we go make salute.
And especially yesterday, I would say Sierra Leone flag installed now the United Nations Security Council. And yesterday, Sierra Leone commences fully operation as member of the non-permanent seat at the Security Council, at the United Nations Security Council. So we obviously have discussed that, and yesterday we see a press release from the Ministry of Information and Civic Education on the issues towards but Xiaomi 2020 and look at the plans for 2024. And at the studio, I'll talk on that. I get with me the country's Minister of Information and Civic Education, Chinoba. Welcome to the show, Mr. Minister.
Morning. Thanks for having me.
And happy New Year, Mr. Minister.
And to you too, bro.
Yes, and Reverend Jibila Kagbo, the Director of Communications at the National Commission for Democracy. Reverend, welcome to the show.
Good morning, and God bless you for hosting me.
Yes, you're always welcome, Reverend. All right, and we expect Thomas Dixon also to be part of the conversation. But first, we want to take a break, and Lord John will sponsor a local commercial bank, and after we'll continue the show.
Every day, the world wakes up to you. Millions of people are getting ready for you for shopping, travel expenses, utility bills, trade, and commerce. If we all have wishes, then what is your financial transaction wish?
I'd like to have a choice.
I'd like convenience.
I'd like to pay for goods and services on the go.
I'd like to pay utility bills on the go. Out of credit and data, buy some mobile top-up, still on my phone. Oops, light out. I'll buy some ETSA, still on my phone.
I like to make payment from my account to another account through my mobile phone.
As a chef of a company, I would like my staff to receive their salaries through bulk e-payment without the risk of transporting cash.
Rokel Commercial Bank Simcopo does it all.
Rokel Commercial Bank Simcopo. Think of it as
money when you're close to home and when you're away from home for unexpected expenses, and money for those times when cash fails.
If you can dream it, you can become it. If you can imagine it, you can achieve it.
Rokel Commercial Bank Simcopo is all you need.
Let your heart fill with joy as you cheer for your team to win. Believe in yourself and your dreams, knowing that victory is within reach. It's your time to shine. So go ahead and be the star, because nothing can hold you back. Face Genius Bet. You're a genius.
All right, and welcome back. The show now Wake Up Saone on AYV Television on Channel 33, on the radio 101.7 FM, on our Facebook page AYV News. Drop your comment, and we go definitely defend for it. So one for start the conversation now, and like I introduce the minister and Reverend Jibila Kabo. Sorry, happy New Year, Reverend.
No, same to you.
I know, and happy New Year's to all who viewers them from across the globe, and also listeners them, from across the country. Last time with you, Mr. Minister, before we look at what happen tomorrow, first, let's look at how 2023 do look like for Sierra Leone.
Well, we got to tell the master thank you, because 2023 will be a big year for Salo. It'll be a very big year. We continue to experience the shocks of the global economy. We continue to see inflation rise, not just in Salone, but across the world. Remember, it's 2023, we get all kind of food crisis. We get Yabas crisis. We get all kind of crisis. We see the climate challenges them inside 2023, rainy season extend longer than it can be. But 2023, God spare we of any major climate-related disaster. We tell God thank you for that. 2023 also, we see saying be a year of transition as alone. Because anytime you get elections, it'll be a year of transition. We put, because of the previous year, which don't happen, in that force, we then kill Bokukulem. I think that was in November of the previous year, or August 10. It was August 10.
Yeah.
We see say leading into the elections, tension in Boku. Even the international community, they expected. I talked to plenty of them. If you say this country, I go broke, that we will fight each other. But the people of Salone show again say, we may be divided as a Kilek for say, but Salone big pass we all. And that we as Sierra Leoneans, because of the experience we will get, most of the international partners, they can not know that experience they will get. We went through war, we survived. My entire childhood was defined by war. We went through all kinds of crises, we come out on the other side. So while 2023, we stretch the country, we see say the country held together because of the leadership, mostly of His Excellency President Julius Madabio. We hold the country together as the father of the nation. We see say we conduct within even the international partners and declare as one of the most peaceful elections in the history of this country. At a time of great pressure and great stress, the opposition gets issues with elections, but to their credit, at the time, they not choose violence. You see, stay away, and we walk through a dialogue process led ably from the side of government by Dr. David Senge and on the side of the opposition by Dr. Samura Kama. So again, 2023, Salone people in show say, yes, we can have disagreements, but we can come back together. 2023 also not the year we see the appointment of the youngest cabinet in the history of Salone. 2023 not the year also we see radical inclusion come to life. And the year also we see say we triple the percentage of women in our cabinet, we double the percentage of women in our parliament. 2023 also see a lot of positives for we. And the year we Salone overwhelmingly got elected to sit at the Security Council after over half a century since the country get that kind of honor. The leadership of His Excellency usher we in the global stage. 2023 also sees Salone celebrated as a champion for education at the Transforming Education Conference and all the issues, the thing that will come out of there as well. And then 2023 see with the president set a new national agenda for Salone. We will fit Salone and we will focus on the Big Five. So it's a complex year. That'll be a big year for we as a government. As I say, we'll get some highs, we'll get some lows. But waiting not for be lost is that despite the challenges of 2023, the president held the country together, the economy held, we paid all salaries, we will keep a level of stability. We don't stabilize the currency, the loans don't be stabilized. We don't finally make the transition from the old loans to the new loans. So you see that competent leadership of the country in the face of incredible and extraordinary challenges, global, internal, shocks. 2023 also, unfortunately, at the end of the year, we see an unprecedented attack on the democracy by some people that we decide, say, when they disagree with the outcome of an election or a process, which they will do, and for go take up arms and then try for threatening the peace of the country. But that also is a positive story because 2023, the people of Salone look at them and say, no, we don't want you, no matter whose party we belong to, and refuse for join them, and then join the government for condemn them people and now they try for bringing them all to justice.
The president in the Christmas and New Year statements, make them very clear that Sierra Leoneans are resilient people and there are challenges, and also we assured Sierra Leoneans that, moving into 2024, there are a lot of changes with policies being put in place, and one for achieving Big Five and feed Sierra Leone, and make all of them commitments, and they, and Sierra Leone people are very excited because the president keep reassuring them of, peace, national cohesion, and also I'm seeing a better Sierra Leone with all the policies that the government's on put in place. And also listening to Dr. Samoa Kamara's statement, also talk about peace, national cohesion, and also talk about the challenges and say them as opposition, how them probably can help, because now that all everybody knows as opposition for always, they are the back of the people, and also see how best side for support the government, support side for oppose the government, for let them know, say, this not them responsibility and do them. But in all of that, also you have to put Sierra Leone at this time. We are in 2024 now, with the commitment from the president of, applauding Sierra Leone as resilient citizen, with all of them things and the way that happen over the years. We are moving into transition now.
The presidents don't set the tone right after the elections. In fact, President Bill, no matter what you say about Sam, they're always the part of the peace trajectory of this country. After the elections, in his speech, immediately called for peace. He go to Parliament, Alma applaud Wukanaya. He set the tone for peace. He asked for the negotiation for happen, the dialogue. By the way, he could not have. But he said, no, this country will get no, in his speech in the Parliament, he said, no democracy will thrive without the opposition. And so we need the opposition. He extended an olive branch. And I think that the tone he don't set. You see, the Ministry of Information, at the directive of the president, don't launch a new campaign, Salon Big Pass We All. This 2024, the pledge, the resolution is simple. We lift Salon above all else. You see, we bring together sections of society where before not be used for work together. We bring LJ and Caldinero together. They did a powerful song. We day out now, we put a listen to and remind people that the country big pass we all. We see opposition and the ruling party, they come together. We bring more and more people. You will see billboards very soon. You will see we partner with different private sector people. For push the message we President Build on set. We know that Salon big pass we all as individuals. Now we get this country and now we push this country go before as a community. So in terms of USA Uday now, President Build don't be very clear. 2024 is a year of delivery. It don't put together. I've been saying this, and I'll say I'm proudly again. If you look here and think about the best set of people for appoint, for run this country with humility, we get some of the most outstanding young people that we President Bill don't give different positions. We challenge the on we have to push ourselves, we have to deliver. And together, from agriculture to technology, infrastructure, reforming the public service, you get young, dynamic ministers and all across the place. They build the infrastructure, and you don't tell we every day tell in a cabinet. We only task we'll get now for deliver. So I think the people of this country for expect say 2024, inshallah, will be a year we Salon turn the corner. We go through so much 2023. We kept strong. I know people like for his word resilience and will get problem with that word day. Waiting that word they just mean say is that you can stretch and stretch and stretch, but you get the ability for no break. And that is true about Salon. We don't be stretched, external and internal factors, but we as a people, we stronger together. We put we hearts to something Salon people, we deliver, we fight for them thing and we push them forward. So I think 2024 will be a year we will see that turning point. We expect and hope, say, like how you say, the opposition, they will take their place as an opposition and contribute ideas to development and not just for standing away, and that we serve as a ruling government, we'll see them as partners in development and that we will work together. That's, I can always say democracy requires an opposition. We need to forget difference in opinion. We need for debate ideas, but it therefore be based on a certain level of consensus, a certain level of, principles and values we will use for Kelly country go before.
Okay, we can look at specifics, because it's important, but Bola bringing everyone that cargo from the National Commission for Democracy, and you also want for follow review out 2023 being talent for Sierra Leone in your own opinion.
Plenty thank you for the opportunity. And from the NCD, as National Commission for Democracy, I want for wish every Sierra Leonean a prosperous new year, and with a prayer that the best will go ever happen to people in life, go happen for we all as Sierra Leoneans. Now going to the issues proper, looking back and taking a retrospect of 2023. Now, well, most of the issues the minister don't mention them, but we need to emphasize the point further. And we say, when it comes to democracy, elections are so important. And 2023, another year where we go back to the polls, we say as a nation, regardless of all of the things and way they happen and things that way people they say or do, at least when it comes to the aspect of electoral democracy, we can always make every effort for doing such that everybody will be fully involved. And at the end of the day, people will go and cast them ballots and choose who that they feel say for be the leaders them, starting with the president, members of parliament, the council, who say you get mayors them or chairmen, then you get councillors them. We see that happen inside 2023. Of course, the election and them get their own downside. But the fact say, we as a nation make a decision, say, we go always elect leaders them through election. That now one fine thing about democracy. We, other countries them, no, they enjoy that kind of way they. So for me, looking at it from that particular angle, me go say, we need for tap ourselves at the back and say, yes, even though you go point fingers at that one corner under or by under, but we camp on this particular aspect, we go say, Salone, don't try. Because from 96, we'll make a decision, say, we will go back to multi-party democracy. We always done the consistently, all the elections them. And the latest one happened inside 2023. But of course, we see, say, after the fine attempt they for maintain with democracy, especially electoral democracy, then we see the governance boycott. Then they may so challenge we as democracy practitioner. And the minister and so many people will understand how democracy work. Don't mention the fact, say, they run a country from a democratic perspective without the opposition. So we get that drag there. But thankfully, the ruling government, the opposition, and make a decision. Say, okay, you know what, let's go to Bintumani and get a peace dialogue. So now inside 2023 also, we'll go back to Bintumani. And Bintumani, I don't know, it's always not important in bringing this country together. And we see, say, even with the opposition of the process itself, we still get an outcome where a large percentage of the population applaud. And for me, one thing they were always keen emphasize where they recall in the statement of the president, he used one expression where I feel say that's something where we not for lose sight of easily and some people for pay attention to closely. He say, through this dialogue, we don't, as a nation, make a decision for institutionalize dialogue for make sure, say, whatever happens, we go able to come around the table again and talk about the differences. You know, there is no society given we all background, how they think about issues, whose side differences not go there, and not ever possible. In fact, even from within the context of democracy, it imply, say, tension always get for day because you get multiple opportunities provided to the people, where you get for canvas for support to the other side, and outside competition, there are times tension can happen. But it means say, even when we get such tension, we go still make a decision for say we come and sit don't talk. And that it take me to my analogy I can always bring in. When we talk about the national issues, we can always look at them from the lens of the family. That we are a family, and even within families, siblings, people with blood ties, they can get then kuskas, they can get the alala, but then go always get to that point where you say, you know what, despite the differences, let's sit and talk. And we make that decision there. We sit, we talk, and we get resolutions then, where we don't begin for implement. And make I use this opportunity for appeal to all of the players then, but we make every effort for implementation there. As we don't begin to take them one after the other, more we do we best. Things then go the way don't come for overtake certain things then, we go get potential for even undermine that kind of arrangement there. But the spirit of the arrangement is something we not for run away from. We for make sure say we do we best for embrace them, because now inside there we go able to do so many things then we go better for this country. You know, before now when the opposition will say, you know, we not see eye to eye with the government. We didn't have our own corner, we not doing our own thing. We know the challenge we may get. And when them choose also for go back and say, more will come and join us, we see the difference. Because once again at Parliament, we begin seeing lively debates. People talk about the issues. And for me, that is one thing we're not for shy away from in a democracy. Let's talk about the issues. This is a statement that was attributed to Winston Churchill. He said it's better to Jojo than to war. Let's find time to talk about our issues, our concerns. Then go, tell me the way you will feel frustrated. You will say, why this for the happen? Why will not even for them grow beyond this point in terms of even with civic responsibility and things like that? But within the context of society, challenges them bound for happen. But make will not shy away from coming together again and talking. And that is why I continue to make this appeal, say that agreement will be non-signed from that peace dialogue. More we not put on a corner. May still there as the two the guide a guiding light for take we out of the current crisis situation. But moving beyond the dialogue, the implication and everything, and the wish for make we continue with them, we still say inside 2023, we'll get one Sunday where we were all, it was a root shock. November 26. It coincide this 2023 we look at. And various institutions, including we own, we put out statement for condemn, say this kind of thing is not acceptable in a democracy. June, we don't go to the polls. We don't applaud the proxy. Even when we get challenged about how we run the country, we go still go to the ballot and say, now the best way than they. So we need to avoid unconstitutional means for change government. So it was condemned, but at the same time, we as an institution, since they promote democracy, we appeal, say, in every way they happen, we not forget the rule of law. We mean so for follow due processes, we for focus attention on legal remedies, way for address concerns, and even legal accountability. So we do attention to all of them things in there. And with then they almost like the thing way like take we to the end of the year, and but there's something where probably I need for also mention inside 2023, we revive the constitutional review process. We're very important, and where we need for embrace on all sides may not be just one set of people handling it. Everybody will concern following again the due process, we need for consider, say, in 2023, we may not revive the constitutional review process, and it's so important for make democracy work. Amidst all of the challenges, these are some of the things and where you can look back and say, okay, they are strategic, and we need to take time for reflect on them.
Okay, I'll come back to you, Reverend, quickly, and the minister gets another.
Minister has to run. Yes,
of course. But quickly, Mr. Minister, according to the United States of America ambassador, David Brian Horn's statement, New Year's Day statement, he reminded the government of commitments, and key among them is about how government for manage the situation, more especially as we get into there are a lot of small political issues then, and how for strengthening with democracy and see the issues that we're in line at court, if we're able to separate them. More key among them, we talk about the Commission of Inquiry issue on November 26 issue on investigation of them, 2 issues a day, and also we talk about the agreement when government and the opposition party being signed, and he asked that government try to separate one and they not mix them together, and also see how best the implementation and the go be successful. Most Syrians believe the starting of a new journey of Syrian was after the dialogue between the opposition and the ruling government, because it become a successful one. Our governments, they manage the situation currently with the press release yesterday.
The facts very clear. We don't make them clear from the beginning. Say individuals commit crimes, we go after the individual in there. Your political party, they make you a criminal, or your political party, they spare you. The evidence say you commit a crime. From the beginning, nobody in our guns. They do most of the talking on this issue. Now, only claim say there's a political party involved. In fact, we don't take extra efforts for separate and make clear. The chief minister don't continue negotiation for lead, and they engage with the opposition. So that's for we. It's what we do. It's what the president at the tone we don't set. It's the leadership we don't set. We don't continue to engage with brother and sister in the opposition. But again, we'll follow the law wherever the law leads. Very clearly, nobody will be targeted because of imposition. Nobody is spared because of the imposition. Really important that people understand that. And on the dialogue process, we commitments are clear. Again, at a very high level, the chief minister of this country, now in the lead, the conversations them, and they continue to engage with the opposition. So we, we continue to stick to the principles them way they guide we, the constitution of this country, the tone way His Excellency the President don't set, the leadership we don't set for we, and that we take this country go forward, and they allow ourselves to be distracted, and that we do them in an inclusive way. The people that we're willing for work with we together, we continue to work with them. If people then choose for take up arms and try for commit crimes, then people then they will be met with the full force of the law through the legal process. You see, yesterday we put out release the people that will commit crime. Again, we don't follow due process. They've been brought to court. The others there would expect more charges than for happen from today throughout the next of the week. So would expect the Attorney General's Office, Director of Public Prosecution, then they do their work, and that work they they be interfered with by politics, politicians, or any sentiment, because the law has to be the law, and the political process they also continue.
So quickly, what does this mean for Sierra Leone flag for installed now the United Nations Security Council yesterday? It was a very big day.
It's a moment of great pride. It's a moment of great pride.
And the president very delighted in a tweet.
You see, this campaign will say lift Salone above all else. Salone at the United Nations, the whole world look at Salone and put we flag up. Now, in moments where they remind we say we can do big things. We will be small, but we can do big things. We're capable for do big things as a country. The leadership of a president, even for set that vision there and say we need to go back to the Security Council in the midst of the challenges that we'll get, that'll be a big vision. Free education, that'll be a big vision. Feed Salone, that'll be a big vision. President Julius Maada be capable of anything in there. But not just the president, because then he put together a team we lead. We ambassador, His Excellency Michael Iman Kanu, show yesterday as he go and put that flag. Now a moment, that is a moment we need for replay that moment they over and over at television. We picking any for see. Made and see say we can be a small country, but now we did at the decision-making table. And we they decide the affairs of the world because of the progress they would make. Because despite we challenges, we can. I don't see any bad people here want for stop. Because if you bring cool, you undermine and bring disrespect to the country. But that's why the people of this country know that. I mean, they reject the coupists. I mean, they support the government. I mean, they say we might disagree with the government, but we disagree may not extend to the level for the one for seek an unconstitutional removal of governments from power.
So as you leave, Mr. Minister, what will be a message to Sierra Leoneans in this 2024?
Salone big pass well. Make we lift Salone above all else. Let we lift Salone above tribe. Let we lift Salone above we clique. We put Salone above we ethnicity, above we political party, above we religion, above we region. We get all the other things that we typically then they try for use for divide we. But in moments like this, as we get into this new year, which we try for remind the people of this country of, is that we for resolve, for lifts the green, whites, and blue. High we exalt thee. That's what the national anthem say. Realm of the free. The pledge say, and puts her interest above all else. So help me God. Danny at the commitment we will make, then at the campaign we will launch. I make we work with all these artists and others, but we call on the people of Salone in your small ways and in your big ways. But think about Salone and put above all else.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Minister. And the minister they want to go to another appointment, and and then we'll continue the conversation. But let's take a short break. We're going to come back. We'll continue the conversation. The program now Wake Up Saone.
Let your heart fill with joy as you cheer for your team to win. Believe in yourself and your dreams, knowing that victory is within reach. It's your time to shine. So go ahead and be the star, because nothing can hold you back. Face Genius Bet. You're a genius.
Every day, the world wakes up to you. Millions of people are getting ready for you for shopping, travel expenses, utility bills, trade, and commerce. If we all have wishes, then what is your financial transaction wish?
I'd like to have a choice.
I'd like convenience.
I'd like to pay for goods and services on the go.
I'd like to pay utility bills on the go. Out of credit and data, buy some mobile top-up, still on my phone. Oops, lights out. I'll buy some ETSA, still on my phone.
I like to make payment from my account to another account through my mobile phone.
As a CEO for company, I would like my staff to receive their salaries through bulk e-payment without the risk of transporting cash.
Rokel Commercial Bank Simcoe does it all.
Rokel Commercial Bank Simcoe. Think of it as
Money when you're close to home and when you're away from home for unexpected expenses. And money
Free because we get another appointment according to our men. I still get to me the studio, Reverend Jibila Kagbo. And I just joined by someone. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Reverend, before I go to Siba, you actually really make some points with regards to, agreements them as a nation. We don't sign into, and we don't believe say some of the agreements and they came for change the entire political situation of the country. But there are a lot of issues with regards to that, and we don't see the US ambassador also don't raise the concerns today. But as a nation, how we for move past that?
So, in response to that question, I will put it this way. You see, we all try for make a distinction between the incident of November 26 and its aftermath, and that agreement will be done signed in October. If we make conscious efforts for continue with that agreement, now one way that we make a distinction between the two things, that individuals were involved in creating problems in the country. Those individuals should be handled as individuals. But then the institutions, the way go into the agreement, the need for work together ensure say we push the agreement go before. There are certain things where we might have challenge in getting them implemented by way of the resolution, but we not for allow the challenge in them particular area and therefore stall the entire process. In fact, if we not move with the process forward, it takes us back to the skepticism where people always on the express. That shall always something happen, now just one moment, then go make and like say the one for push thing go before, but after some time, everything will be swept under the carpet again. So we need to avoid that kind of situation. I want to take my minds back to the fact, say, part of the problem we'll still get as a country, and for me now, because even the war situation where the late President Kaba declared in 2002, say the war done. It done in the sense, say, the guns were silent, but then structural issues and concerns, we never address them. So that is why we still get those same issues coming up where they threaten the peace and security of a country. And talking about peace and security of a country, 2023, we can also reflect on looking at that particular aspect, the peace and security of a country, where so paramount, where means say, every effort, everything we possible for do, for make we maintain the peace and security of a country, we supposed for do them. And that is why this Bintumani dialogue and the things that we also for do are things that we need for focus attention on. In a country where institutions then they, and we allow the institutions then for work, certain things then they, we know the acts we hate upon them. If people, they are, let's say, they're involved in coup plotting, the courts they for handle them. Make them follow due process. That is what we'll always appeal for. In whatever we do, as long as we allow the institutions and for work, but could in the way we not for the throw more that each other for. We're not for the fate on them particular thing than they, because they allow the institution for make a do your work. Wait for me in this instance and the judiciary. And that takes me to another aspect very important for me to reflect inside 2023. If we talk about the judiciary, for me, it's also good for me to reflect on what you might call the indefinite leave where the Chief Justice go. Why Apple waiting at the current situation? These are all things we so take with attention, because within the context of a democracy, especially that particular arm of government, now an arm of government where if we handle them very well, it is able to help for make with democracy, business, all water. But if we not handle them very well, it undermine how they run with democracy. So that is why in looking back at 2023, for me, that is something we are not going to easily forget. And I will always draw the attention of Sierra Leoneans. Let's reflect on that and see how we can able to maintain the independence of the institutions that were established in our country, for make them able to work very well, and at the end of the day, then deliver the best what democracy can offer. But we cannot talk also about 2023 without talking about the economic situation of the country. We all see what's in the happen. Of course, explanation there as to why what's in the happen, they happen from outside, from within. But the truth of the matter is people experience economic challenges in 2023, and we look forward to a change in the narrative, even as we don't start 2024. And the minister will free tell the talk say it's the year of delivery. We want to see the best in terms of service delivery, for make the ordinary man self sigh, which you will say sigh of relief. We look forward to all of them things and they. Yeah. And for me, it also means say we all get a role for play, for make sure say the things can change. But as it stands, we get some gray areas there where we need for focus attention on. And like Mickey always say, when we engage in a conversation, more we not hesitate for bringing the issues on the table. Let's talk about them. It's better for identify them as one way how to solve them as problems than we keep them we stomach them, and it become something where go become a tipping point and create additional problem. So Salone 2023 was a mixed bag, but we look forward to something better for 2024.
Okay, I'll come back to you, but I'll bring in Thomas Dixon into the conversation. Dixon, even the minister and the president accept 2023 was quite a challenging year for Sierra Leone as a nation, and the president in two speeches, the one on Christmas, the one on New Year's, and they keep reiterating that there are challenges, and them as a government, they actually don't put policies them, moving into 2024 for see our best and cable for solve them problems. But as an expert, how you want to describe 2023, for Salone?
I would say, first of all, I just say Happy New Year to every Sierra Leonean where they watch we and where they listen to we. And I hope say we keep the optimism, because we think they make life continue for go on. I hope. So let us continue to keep the hope that one day life will be better. The president in two speeches, the one on Christmas and the New Year's Day, I think is full of excuses. Full of excuses and describing the situation in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leonean as people are resilient. I think all presidents now, I think now one thing where they don't become Englishman go say cliche. They don't get meaning again. Every president now and then, Sierra Leoneans are resilient. Sierra Leoneans are resilient. It's in spite of the hardship. I think the same issue of the president saying, always they say there are challenges. There are challenges. Since 2018, we come up power enforcing him. He has been saying that. But waiting the president don't do for cushion those challenges. Would they see we get with revenue generation, not so much, but we get huge expenditure. Would they see the president, they created offices, duplicate offices in the State House. We'll get youth minister, we'll get youth envoy, we'll get youth, head of youth in agriculture in the State House, we'll get youth advisor. Come on, you go to the communication sector, you get Minister of Information, you get Deputy Minister of Information, you get Press Secretary, you get Presidential Spokesman, you get Communication Director. And these people are paid, they are given fair cheap. At the end of the day, the people, the grassroots, I see recently they appoint and say rice expert in the State House. Then you begin to think, as really, what you get institution like for Sierra Leone Agricultural Research Institute that has been here for a very long time. When I did the expert, they get the rice expert, they get experts on cassava, they get experts on this, on that. I have worked with them in one or two occasions. So I know say they get experts. So for go people say get presidential experts, I see them would say we now get parliamentary advisor. What did you go advise president for on parliamentary affairs? They ask yourself, what in the Ministry of Political and Public Administration they do? Because all in parliament is about politics, the intricacies of politics. So what thing they do? And in the constitution of Sierra Leone, the ministers are not just ministers. They are principal advisors to the president on their ministry. For example, the Minister of Trade is not just a minister. He's principal advisor to the president on trade and investment. But we keep on having these advisors swelling the wage bill, where this president been tell we say the reducer. It's just a swell to the point that the impact they on the people of this country. This brings me to one of the things that will suffer na Salone. When an economic hardship, serious economic hardship, the people of this country suffer. Things we been they buy 5,000, they don't go 20,000. Inflation, as at December 2023, Sierra Leone recorded the highest inflation ever in its history, 54% inflation. Little they don't do for bring inflation down. Little. Come up by inflation. Go pan exchange rate. We currency don't depreciate. It's one of the worst currencies in the world. We say we go change money, we will not change the money, we change the value of the money. We remove some 3 zeros. Up till now, it is in the World Bank Economic Outlook. We do not know how much they spend for print new money. We don't know. And that is transparency. That is transparency. If you want people to know, we don't know how much money. Well, they don't print. So the impact of all of these economic decisions is on the...
As the sun rises on the 2020.
Sometimes people are very close to office or power. Sometimes they enjoy small too, they enjoy. But the huge impact is on us, the masses. Common day in 2023, we face elections. But it was an election year. So little or nothing being at the public administration of the state, rather than being politicking, APC versus SLPP. We see initially APC say they know they take part in the election because of the publication of data. This way, I think, say discourage majority of the APC supporters. Where they think say, we know they take part. I think that term where the APC spend for say we know they take part in an election, they should have used that term for talk about the economic hardship of the country. Therefore, don't use that term for talk about how they forget more votes. Therefore, don't use that term for talk about how they will bring unity if they elect them. But rather, then talk say they know they participate. Only a day or two. Now they see then they calling on the voters for go vote. The election can happen. The international community described the election as generally peaceful. So I don't know go na the voting center. So man today na voting center till 10 o'clock na net until they cast a vote. They go. But we can face problem, a deadlock. The problem we can face, the international observers, then begin for tell me say there are issues. They're not being an issue with the conduct of the election generally, but they have issues with the tabulation and announcement of the result. This will be highlighted in the European Union report, it highlighted in the Carter Center report. It also highlighted by a local organization report where we see some man begin for bastardize New and Marcella Samba unfairly. Where those reports, it don't lead now to create a situation where in the opposition, they say they know they participate in governance. Where I also think, say, in my opinion, that have been wrong decision. So we know they go court. I can always say this. This institution they will get now, will get forget. Will get for trust the people the way they did. If the APC comes, some of them will make judges the way favorable to them. But it is upon the individual for let it all done. I can be a judge at the favor. If I'm in the United States of America, I can always make this example. They have liberal judges. They are known as people that will believe in liberal views, a view related to the Democratic Party in America. You have conservative judges. They are known to be conservative judges. If I went and they appointed at the Supreme Court and they talk in Namibia, say this man believe in conservative values. But yet still, the politicians, the people of the United States believe in them. Not just because of them, because of the judicial, because even when they believe in some of these views, when it comes to interpreting the law, they know they allow some of these things for influence them too much. Unlike we own situation. Because however you look at it, the president will get for continue for appoint judges. It is the president that will appoint judges. Even in the United States, the president and they appoint judges just that they get a process of scrutinizing these judges. We own process of scrutinizing these judges being me now to parliament. We see some bad decisions being passed by the last parliament in 2023. We only can't get a healing out for the Suma airport that it was not too good. You ask yourself, what do parliamentarians and do? For look at the pros and cons of this agreement.
And just recently we see increment.
Yes, and then we see a renegotiation under the table. That renegotiation,
from 25 to 35.
that renegotiation, no get legal effect because you get for take them back in Parliament. But Parliament approved the initial agreement.
Then that decision there, you know, Dixon, where you don't take in 2023, and the recent one will take away the Sumaya port reviewing of increments, you know, how that's going to affect Sierra Leone as a nation.
First of all, it don't show say we not a serious country in terms of investment and business. We just go take one investor no more out and because we want for score political capital. We want for make political glory out of them. They can people away close to the president. We have to name names. For that airport project, there was a guy called Dr. Tambi, presidential initiative. Yeah. He was in charge. He brought them. He brought a bad deal to Sierra Leoneans. Yes, the airport is good. It's beautiful. We have to pay for it. But you get to know the economic situation of your country. You get to tell the investors, say, me people let them pay, we go pay. But you are not also in the maker. Make us so. So he brought that. I'm sure he convinced the president, he convinced cabinet. But when agreements of short nature go parliament, we foresee situation change. We foresee parliament look at the pros and cons. Parliament begin for, we foresee the number of just go past one term. So moving from that, we in the same political deadlock.
Of course, and some of them policies and they our nation will review them because it's very important. And the president in speech New Year's and say there are a lot of policies, you know, where governments will review and foresee our best cable for pushing, you know, the situation of the country. But you mentioned them policies and this or them.
You know, then he say the proof of the pudding. The proof of the cook it is in the eating. La put am in lema say for let cook we say cook sweet. Now we eat how it is. If you count policy, now we'll feel the effect of the policy. If the people are not, if you not impact the pockets and purses of the men and women of Sierra Leone positively, that policy they not effective because that mami we dey na kainao. For able for impact in Kotoku where they tie. The pa where they na Kabbalah, if for able for impact in back pocket. But if those policies don't impact them back pocket, no problem. So talking about the political deadlock, it lead me to because a shameful will not get trust by we safe. At the end of the day, we go call ECOWAS, Commonwealth, Africa Union for the first time. We can't talk issues when we internal affairs for you don't talk. We go call them say they can spearhead them. They spearheaded it. We have about 8 points in the agreement. We come the tripartite committee for looking to election. Even after that, people and politicians get misconception about it. This brings me to Dr. Samura Kamara's speech, talking about electoral justice. You cannot get electoral justice by communique, by signing a communique. It has no force of law. Electoral justice, the way you take your matter after election, you go to the Supreme Court, as JFK, Joseph Fitzgerald Kamara, be advised. So let's go to the Supreme Court for the records. We see other country, not that Peter Obi trusted the Nigerian Supreme Court, the Nigerian court. No, he don't trust that. But however, that is what they have. They go there, you're not going to say let them go call ECOWAS. At the end of the day, in the same communique, then say them for appoint moral guarantors. Who are those moral guarantors? The religious leader you never trusted. The Sierra Leone Association of Journalists you never trusted. They are the moral guarantors. So we are back in the same page. So for me, I think we get for land. The election, don't tell we say we get for land for trust we self. We get for land for trust we institution. And people that would then give institution for head, they also get for land for exhibit independence and impartiality in implementing and bringing out decisions, particularly the judiciary. You get other bodies, the Electoral Commission, the Sierra Leone Police. and other bodies, they get for land for being independent. They don't get for be carried away by politics. It also brings me to the November 26 incident. I think it's a sad moment in the history of this country. And I think I always did describe the people that will make the coup as people that will, perhaps they not learn trends, we attempt for make the coup, they not learn trends. All the coup that we don't succeed recently in Africa, they are done by presidential guards and not just ordinary military men. In Guinea, in Mali, in Gabon. So for you to travel all the way from the United Kingdom, for can make coup without thinking, there's a problem. This already don't put you behind. I spoke to somebody who brought an investor for agricultural project. The person millionaire before November 26. During November 26. Immediately after November 26, he go. He's not planning to come back. They will say, well, young people are not get job. Government cannot employ everybody. Governments don't employ everybody. It is the private sector. When we have these investors in agriculture, in the mining sector, young people begin to get job. But this November 26 incident will not underestimate the impact. Now the president is moving around scouting for Feed Sierra Leone. Feed Sierra Leone and the other investment. Some investors go afraid. Because I mean, not sit down and talk about political stability. We also see at the end of the year, the Auditor General present the audit report, my brother. Huge amount of thievery. Same thing that happened. Same thing from 2018, the same thing that happened, including the office of the president. Huge amount of money was missing. What we see, the ACC come and say, then they begin to investigate. We see Parliament threatening them. Say, no, not on a business, this is our business, we get for look at. But since 2018, when audit report they come out, Parliament no one day sit down and look at them. People have been highlighting it. Parliamentarians have been highlighting it, like Honorable Chairman Majuba, the then leader of the opposition, like Honorable Kande Kole Yunkela, and even Honorable Tawa of the SLPP. They've been highlighting it, let discuss the audit report. But yes, but this parliament, the last parliament, they in record of not look at one Auditor General report. And then the ACC, where they look at them, although I get issues with the out and the whitewasher, at the end of the day, they can just whitewasher. And they go in depth, take effort, they tell us, when audit report they come out, would they go to Parliament to go look at the problem? Whether the receipt where they tell not that now one of the bad legacies of the Bureau government. See, they sweep audit reports under the carpet. Parliament. Not look at all the reports of the Komon-Tok. I think these are the things will happen. The things that will not for happen will happen in 2023. The major things that will happen. But I'm not going to do this submission if I not pay tribute to the over 20 military personnel we didn't die for defend the state. People then their family able for enjoy Christmas with them. I want to say hush to those families. And I want for the government in wisdom try for do something for those families. You know, we not just need for they do things because of political glory. Sometimes we get for act out of good conscience. Those men also to the people of Sierra Leone, we stood. Remember when the clip that will come on at when the people and they move, they don't come on at all. Sierra Leoneans, we show the world, say, we not believe in the bullets will believe in the ballot. And quickly, there's this misconception about this tripartite electoral committee. I think where the politicians necessarily explain to the people that after 6 months, we will get other election. I can laugh. There is only one body where they annul an election in Sierra Leone, and that is the Supreme Court. And the term don't pass. Let politicians not fool people, let's say after 6 months, after the tripartite, those recommendations, according to the agreement, will be used for future elections. So let people not begin raise people up. Raise people up, say after the 6 months, they can't do new election. People should stop that. More people in the diaspora, when they do that clip, then they can talk, long wait after the tripartite committee, long wait after this. But when we come to how we see 2024, I go delve more into that.
Definitely. Okay, I'll come back to it. It was Dixon and you're going to be like Kagbo. You know, one for one, you know, New Year's Day statement from His Excellency the President, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, report done for us by Salifu, and then we go play the speech of Dr. Samoa Kamara, and after, and we'll come and discuss a bit, and then we will later run the address, by the United States of America ambassador to Sierra Leone, David Brown Hunt, address to Sierra Leone. But it's an extract of the speeches of, President Julius Madabio, Dr. Samoa Kamara, and the United States of America ambassador to Sierra Leone. But first, let's listen to the president and reports done first by Salifu, followed by Dr. Samoa Kamara.
As the sun rises on the 2024 journey, President Bio portrays the spirit of optimism in his New Year's address to the nation. He reiterates his government's continued commitment to building on the successes and addressing the challenges that lie ahead through agriculture, education, healthcare, and economic empowerment, which remain at the forefront of his agenda. However, he pointed out that the collective decisions of all Sierra Leoneans will determine the future of the country.
As we turn the page to a new chapter, let us remember that our strength lies in our unity. The challenges we face, whether economic, social, or environmental, are stepping stones on our path to progress. In these times of global unrest and economic challenges, our democratic principles have been our guiding light. We have faced tests to our resolve, but our commitment to democracy remains unshakable. It is the foundation upon which our nation will continue to build a peaceful, progressive, and thriving future. As we step into this new year, I am filled with unwavering sense of hope and optimism. Hope, for I see a nation eager to rise above its challenges. Optimism, for I believe in our collective ability to overcome any adversity. Our resilience is not just our legacy, it is the promise of our future. The last year has been particularly trying, with challenges to our democratic order and unforeseen trials. Yet, in these moments, we witness the strength of our security and armed forces and the unyielding spirit of our people shining through.
In the chapters of this new year, President Bio's vision is a Sierra Leone where every citizen thrives. He made it clear that his priority is the people and that the Big Five game changers remain the anchor of the country's stability and prosperity, whilst reiterating his commitment to the nation and highlighting one of the milestone achievements in 2023.
My commitment to each of you is unwavering. I'm dedicated to ensuring that every segment of our society, every ethnic, religious, cultural, economic, and social group men or women, young or old, find a dignified, equitable, and hopeful place in Sierra Leone. I am immensely proud that for only the second time in our storied history, Sierra Leone has been honored with a seat in the United Nations Security Council. Let us all take pride in the transformation we have achieved together. Our journey to the United Nations Security Council is not just a triumph for Sierra Leone. It is a symbol of hope for nations striving to overcome adversity. Together, we will continue to make Sierra Leone a shining example of hope, unity, and resilience on the global stage.
The president encouraged all Sierra Leoneans to move forward with optimism and collective spirit that defines the nation and together shape a brighter future for generations to come. Salvatore Kamara, Ayv News.
As we stand at the threshold of a new year, it is a time for reflection and also a time for looking forward. The past year has been one of significant challenges for our nation. The aftermath of the June 24th multi-tier elections and the events of November 26th have tested our resolve, our unity, and our commitment to democracy. However, amidst these challenges, we have also seen your strength as well as your resilience. We have witnessed acts of courage, unity, and unwavering belief in our nation's untapped potential. We are all connected, and what unites us is our common humanity and nationality as Sierra Leoneans, rather than our political, regional, and tribal lineages. It is this spirit that must guide us as we step into the new year. As flag bearer and presidential candidate of the All People's Congress Party, I am fully aware of the responsibilities that lie ahead of us. It is crucial that we, as leaders, listen more, engage more, and collaborate more for the betterment of our nation. Our focus should be on building bridges, healing divisions, and creating a more inclusive, liberal, and democratic society. In 2024, we stand together at the precipice of a new year with a new beginning and another defining moment in our times. Amidst the echoes of our nation's collective voice, I address you tonight with a message of renewed hope, perseverance, and unwavering determination to work towards a brighter future for each one of us.
All right, well, now extract of Dr. Samoa Kamai's statement and also President Julius Maada Bio. Later on, we won the United States of America, Ambassador Sierra Leone in New Year's Day speech. But I'll come back to Dixon and Reverend. Reverend from the two speech them, we would all listen to President Bio and Dr. Samoa Kamara. You know, what you make of the statements, you know, and commitment from the two leaders and the, you know, President and Dr. Samoa Kamara of the APC?
The tone of the two statements are almost are the same. When politicians speak, they always appeal to the people for make things and go before. For me, like with the assess the situation going beyond just the rhetorics. If not for the fine talk, we always do it, yeah. But with the appeal from within the context of our democracy for work for say, we need for go beyond the talking and actualize the things that we already say. You see, the president, once I made a note, he talked about an unshakable commitment to democracy, where for me, it becomes something we focus on. But going just beyond talking about it, let's see that unshakable commitment to democracy translated into the practical realities of how democracy they really work, how we institutions them for operate as independent entities, who say they see undue interference. Everybody they play a role as I for play based on a mandate, and then they take me to what I go say. Even the people in those institutions, then for do them best for ensure say they exhibit a certain level of professionalism. Who say I will not run the business of government or state institution as if we pay attention to certain people, putting aside we mandate. For goodness sake, every state institution in this country gets a mandate from the law we establish them. And if you go by that, it's difficult for make you go wrong. So we need to see such thing they happen. On the side of Dr. Samura, he says something where, for me, it's something we need to work on. Even as the president expressed unshakable commitment to democracy, in the say, we for build bridges, we for engage more, we for listen more. That is the spirit of democracy. That is the way to go. Now then they embrace we. But like me, they keep emphasizing, they've done the talking. Now we for move beyond just the talking and see them find things that we don't say translated into actual actions. But we see, for instance, the agreement that we don't sign from the Bintumani peace dialogue must see how we can embrace each other and get them for work. Whilst we allow things and way for happen by way of the functions of state institution, then carry them out without any undue interference. Even as we emphasize how important it is for make we commitment to democracy be unshakable and how for build bridges, we also say you will all occupy position, be a professional. Make sure say you know what your institution is supposed to do and carry them out in the best interest of the country. But then, Remy, I want for bringing something into this conversation that with all of the talking would happen, for make we translate the things into action, the aspect of sincerity, we cannot overemphasize it. More be sincere. It's a new year, and we at the end of the day, we get to be accountable. If not to your fellow mortal man, we'll get to be accountable to a God, because no matter how long you live in this life, you get for meet you maker one day. So in looking at 2024, with all of the things that would and all of the things that would happen around we, more we approach 2024 with a certain level of sincerity for say, no matter what happens, I will approach this particular issue sincerely. You know, some time back, I engaged somebody in a conversation. He said to me, we get almost everything what it take for make we do well. He said, but the one thing when we feel say absent, when the serious challenge for make we do well, now the sincerity of the players there. Let us factor that into the activities of 2024 for make things come out fine. The fine statement them, we lack them. We won't forget more of these ones, but let's see the sincerity of all of the players for make sure say this country, it come on fine. When sincerity day, it's difficult for make somebody do what's wrong because he knows say that will expose them and betray in good conscience. But if sincerity day, all man, wherever he find himself, will work for make sure say Salongo before. You know, I can ask myself the question when I look at things where they happen in our country, what people they say for turn the country upside down. I can ask at times, how many of we really they pay attention to the national pledge? We produce them some time back for make people go to remind themselves about how important it is for make you sincerely work for Sierra Leone. How many of we can remember the national pledge? It's a serious concern. But going beyond that also, I want to appeal, even as we talk about sincerity in the governance of the state, make we avoid the negative things they will say. We see 2023 is loaded with so many negativities, what you will call hate speech, where if interpreted, some people will say people they make tribal statements, they say negative things about each other. We need for also look into that inside this 2024 and move the country in the best or right direction. Together, now we're going to make that happen. But if we all man, they in your own corner and say, no, me no mix, I not agree, we're not going to move before. But we need to make conscious effort and get the country going and moving forward.
Okay, Dixon, from the statement of Dr. Samuel Kamara and President Julius Maada Bio.
I think both of them, they make commitments to unity, then they make commitments to democracy and so many things. And the president go further for tell we about an unwavering commitment to democracy. And I think, say very important. And the leader of the APC make comments to the democracy, to building bridges, engaging more, and listening more, I think, which is very important. Democracy is about engagement, huge engagement. It's about building bridges. It's not about dividing people. I think this day, then two statements here, they bring me into what I think say go happen in 2024. I think, say, first of all, we, in terms of building our democracy, we therefore tone down negative rhetorics. You can be a critic. You always say that. You can be a critic of government. You can criticize government maturely, intelligently. You can criticize government. But when you begin for move out of the step, begin for use motherly invectives against people because they see one side, or because you get very opinion on an issue, you begin for use them effective, then you don't jump the line. You know they criticize government again. That's an absolute rudeness. And we know how there is ways in this country. For cause mommy cause, especially by boy picking, nothing way, na abominable in our society. Not to talk about abusing pastors, imams, disrespecting traditional leaders, using all the moral invectives, I think it's very, very sad. If we move away from that type of disagreements and we can disagree intelligently. And I also think, say, people get for make time. This is where the Minister of Information and Civic Education, the civic education aspect, therefore step up, particularly in the community level, where people need to understand how governance they work. Because even people that were in the diaspora, someday the way you open them, audio them, you listen to the audio, they don't say that one, they don't understand how government they work. They don't even understand the body politics of a country. So the Ministry of Information and Civic Education get a lot of work for them. So number one, if we want, we can criticize government, now right. I'm one of the critic of government in, government out. We don't dey para, we na journalists, we don't dey para. But we know they go from being critiquing, we go cause. Not to fair to the faith. I have some of my friends in government. I criticize them, but I know they go cause them. And they go tell them, say, na so, because I disagree. Or na my opinion for stand. That's a psychological problem. It's a mental problem. Or let you say, na your opinion for stand, a mental problem. Moving from there, I think saying Dr. Samuel Kamara's speech, he mentioned a situation where they well na the empathy about the constitution, the new constitution, that the leader will resign. It is expressly stated in their constitution after 6 months if you not win election, except if you get for going to court. Unfortunately, the APC not going to court. So there are people in the APC agitating that the man must step down. There are others saying, no, for step down now. If the party they face a serious issue, don't look at what the party they face after the committee communicate. Others they even misinform people and say after the tripartite committee, we will give new election.
And Dr. Samuel Kama in his statement make commitments that all and the APC constitution, it will respect the constitution.
Well, if the constitution is stated that after 6 months, you for step aside.
And the 6 months was, I think, December.
I think it was December 16 or so, where the 6 months elapsed. So if most people let me believe, say, that statement, when I New Year statement, it not will only be a New Year statement, it will be a form of, say, I resign owing to the constitution. But let's see what pans out, because this also is a boiling point for 2024 for let the party go court. Because there are people who take the party to court based on this constitution. And I think Samuel Kamara tried to make distinction that he was elected as party chairman, a party presidential flag bearer, and presidential candidate, and not as leader. But the constitution states that when you are elected party presidential candidate and flag bearer of the party, automatically you are the leader. And when you fail to win an election after 6 months without going to court, so I think this is not a boiling point for the APC in 2024. We might see raft of cases of the APC in court. Already, some of them in a group, people, and they say, this if it not happen, they do this, they do that. And I also think, say, what's important, I see we don't, rhetoric don't, we don't even cross the Mami coast line now, we talk about tribalism. Where I think it's dangerous. I think if a country, not to be a country where we get intermarriages, the level of tribalism we don't speak recently after the November 26 incident. And people, unfortunately, people are what they expect. And I must name one name here. I think we'll call them. You don't react like that. You don't do it. You don't damn one tribe. You have to be very careful. We are living in a multi-ethnic society. Whether they might not tribe them. Maybe not to me, not to team, me not coup. They accept for they say about tribes. But they, what about we? So you got a lot of these things when they happen. Then I think as we vary into 2023, we got to foresee the treason trial. I think Dr. Samuel also speak to that, saying that for you the treason with equity, justice, and so on and so forth. But one thing I disagree with her. Look at the political class of the people. They will create more impact. I think in the law, you don't say equity, impartial justice. Anybody will involved, despite a political status, will not for begin for cherry pick. That's a bad precedent. Because tomorrow, if we begin for cherry pick, then tomorrow we'll say other people the way we think they're very important, they do the same, we'll go cherry pick them. So let us begin on a good foot. They talk about them organizing sector. And we also see the government pull a statement that they don't charge 12 people, including the organizing secretary of the All People's Congress and former Minister of Youth by Mahmoud Bangura, to court, Quetta and others for treason, aiding and abetting, and so on and so forth. For me, what are the plea to the judiciary? The last Chief Justice may they allow camera in the courts. They plea to the acting Chief Justice, Justice Mark. Do you have camera in the court? From the magistrate court, how the case they proceed? Do you how the argument they be, how the evidence are being adduced? Do you allow let the public cameras in the court, let the public begin see? Yes, when I say cameras in the court, responsible media outlets like AYV, SLBC, allow them in the court. Do you how they plead? A precedent to happen on the anti-corruption matter between the state and Dr. Samuel Kamara, who still say in the interpretation of the PR system precedent happen. Would they beg the current Chief Justice to allow so that a lot of misconception, because when someone see, they go believe. When you read from the authority, somebody in the diaspora no go tell her ABC or do audio begin talk ABC, it change your mind. So do you have the appeal for that? Then I think there is also a growing thing where they happen the super advertise. We not for them, I will not talk about 2024. I think that the first thing will happen. 2024.
I really seem for the kill Sierra.
Where it seems as if Sierra Leone will not land.
The desperateness of Sierra Leone.
Will not land. Not on the first year. You remember wealth builders?
Yes, of course.
Wealth builders, Rangers, manpower solution.
Yeah.
At Kabu Street, people like go give them money. So now they are about super advertise. The only thing when we go advise government for immediately or investigate. I see Orange John they dissociate yourself from them. But you ask yourself, why now? Why will it be begin and not dissociate? Then they use a platform. Why now una begin for dissociate? So I think there should be an investigation because, however, the state for able to protect the people from financial fraud. However desperate you are, if somebody can set up institution, get register with the state for you due diligence on them before that person they begin operate. If the state fail for due diligence, then there is a problem. People then go feel say illegal.
Yeah.
But again, as you conscious, how somebody go tell you say, "Can 5,000, you get 15,000." What's the investment they do?
Within 15.
Even in the United States, they know they get that kind of bank the way you give 5,000, you get 15,000. In the developed world, we develop as we. That kind of system, they know that. You know they. So you conscious for tell you as citizen. Say, this is affordable. That's all well to be like get the people their money. When just manpower, they say they care people and go Canada, okay, they go overseas. People some man sell yours. Now you don't begin with the cry. Super advertise. So, and another thing where I think say 2024 they bring that the implementation of the 2024 Finance Act. We don't see 5% per rest. We don't see 10% per iron rod and cement. It means there's going to be more burden on the people of Sierra Leone. We see inside the Ministry of Finance we say, then they do pricing formula so that price no go up per rest. But up till now, we don't see the pricing formula. So I want to use this platform for also call them, let them do the pricing formula. They don't pass the law in the parliament. It is now a law. But these get a telling effect on the masses. So if the pricing formula, they cushion that effect, particularly on rice, do you begin to do the pricing formula low see? Or else we are going to feel the brunt of the killer taxes in the 2024 Finance Act.
Okay. So before I come to you, Reverend, and come back to Dixon, listening within the United States of America, Ambassador to Sierra Leone, David Brian Hunt, statement to make to Sierra Leoneans on a New Year's Day.
In the United States, the new year is a time of reflection and anticipation. We look back on the achievements of the past year and look forward to new opportunities and challenges. In this spirit, I am thrilled to announce the release of the United States Embassy's first annual Report to the Salone People. This publication highlights the collaborative partnerships in which the United States and Sierra Leone have been engaged in 2023 and details the impact of those partnerships on the lives and livelihoods of ordinary Sierra Leoneans. From healthcare interventions to treat and prevent deadly diseases such as malaria, to civil society initiatives that have increased government responsiveness to citizens, the report stands as a testament to the transformative development partnership that exists between the United States and Sierra Leone. Ours is a story of shared goals, mutual respect, and unwavering commitment. I invite you to read this report and see how together we are supporting the people of Sierra Leone's aspirations for a democratic, healthy, and prosperous future. As we look towards 2024, I want to assure the people of Sierra Leone that this journey of partnership and progress will continue. Challenges to national unity, democratic advancement, and economic growth may still exist in the coming year. However, I remain confident that if Sierra Leoneans set aside political, regional, and ethnic divisions and work together in a spirit of unity and collaboration, there is no challenge too great for them to overcome. And the United States will continue to provide support, friendship, and active collaboration as they seek to do so. The Agreement for National Unity was a first step in this collaborative journey towards a brighter future. Its full implementation in 2024 will help ensure political stability and economic prosperity for years to come. Once again, Happy New Year. May 2024 be a year that advances democracy, health, and prosperity for all. Thank you.
All right, that's the United States of America Ambassador David Brian Hunt will make a New Year's Day speech from the U.S. Embassy, and also the report from the U.S. Embassy and commitment from the U.S. Embassy for support Sierra Leone in building with democracy, and the U.S. also planning to help Sierra Leone in food security issue, and also the healthcare facility in Sierra Leone. Let us come back to you, Reverend. From within the United States of America, Ambassador talk here is about as a nation, how we for ensure we continue for build with democracy and so that we able for upkeep with peace and national cohesion and unity. And I be asked the minister this question about how we for separate some of the investigation with the go on, whether not go be affect with the agreement when the government and the All People's Congress party be signed now the peace dialogue away. But from the statements of the United States of America, who signal is sent to Sierra Leone?
Well, definitely the one for CC, we don't allow negative things then for hinder the progress we they make for move forward. The emphasis done there on the fact say they're ready for support and promote with democracy. But let's be mindful of something here. Most of the time people, when as certain things happen, hey, no mix, man, no interfere. But the truth of the matter is, I know we are familiar with this statement. He who pays the piper calls the tune. If you accept support from somebody, just no more say that person therefore one way or the other make statement to you for probably suggest to you, advise to you as to how you go do something because it supports the things that we do. So that is a given reality we need to understand. Or even as they appeal to foreign powers for know-how for handle, say international relations, we've also appealed to ourselves as a nation for do waiting right, so that we not go find ourselves in a situation where we feel say there is undue interference from external forces. The fact that we get relationship with these nations, and for tell you say we get way how they influence each other, and for me, I look forward to an influence way positive, not to one way negative, and we make every effort to make the collaboration work, because now bilateral relationship. I get me role for play, you say get your role for play. If we all roll them very well, things will go bad. But Mon also forget say Sierra Leone does not operate in a vacuum, or it's not a country all by itself. Like when we say no man is an island. We are all connected one way or the other. I read a piece of write-up recently. America, by virtue of the role they play in the world, they can make statements in ways some people can feel, say, well, then they interfere in the internal affairs of other countries. But for now, if you check how things they happen, now then are the only superpower now. And then support for promote democracy, they imply all of them things here. So, but for me, I also look at the positive side of waiting the ambassador say. How they go partner with government, CSO, in different areas of intervention that we will need. He mentioned healthcare.
Yeah.
It's so important. We know, say, we get a lot of work for do for push the healthcare business go before. And if you get a willing partner, Temkinde, you go just try for, I don't for call and say ignore some of the negative things the way they say. But at least you find well for manage them because intervention is helpful to your own success as a country. Whatever we do, more face the reality. We've not been able to harness our resources to the extent we will say we are economically independent. Even though not a license for make anything happen. But the fact say we need all the people and for support we economic growth and all the governance process system we get for know how to manage the relationship. And this is what as a nation we need for do. How to manage the relationship with other countries. Sierra Leone don't take a big leap in this 2024. With presence at United Nations means so many things. And it requires a certain level of maturity for handle a relationship with other countries, including the United States of America. We take with time enough for handle them, make things turn out well. But then it comes back to us as a nation, as a people, what we want for ourselves and how we ready for make we all come together, because unity is so important. Where even the ambassador of the United States emphasized the unity of this country, very important. And for make we achieve unity, honestly, it requires a give and take. We cannot have a situation where one person just the give, or the other person just the take. If for be one way now on both sides, and the governors and the governed, we all for be willing, we all for be ready, because for make Salongo before, not a one-man support, not a one-man contribution. Now we all, wherever we find ourselves, within the private sector or the public sector, we all get a significant role for play for push this country go before. Other nations of the world are turbulent periods, are turbulent times, but they're able to come together. And I feel say we don't go to the extreme now. We know if we come together again. Not downplaying already existing tension with it, but we look at how the Rwanda situation in happen. But finally, eventually, then gets a time where they decide, say, regardless of what we experience, must still come together. Sierra Leone, we not go down that path they hate, and make we not even allow ourselves for go down that road day. Who say we dey now? Make we all decide for move towards the center. Who say we can get experience a positive compromise for make we push we country go before. But basically, it's about putting Sierra Leone above all else, regardless of whose difference we'll get.
Right. Thomas Dixon.
Yeah, I think the ambassador in statement they in place. So calling for unity. I think we need unity more than ever before. And we unity we need not for just talk. Because it seems as if not talk with the talk. We need for embrace all sects of people. We need for bring them on board in governance, in the civil service, in the public service, in the private sector. Everybody we need for bringing on board. And I think we need now for develop democracy. So the American ambassador in the last segment of his statement is saying they hope say we embrace democracy. We need for embrace democracy, and now we embrace democracy. This communique we don't need no sign. We ensure say they implement them, and we ensure say as media people that we monitor them, because after the tripartite committee don't bring the recommendation, some recommendation will lead to the review of the law. and therefore review the Public Elections Act, and therefore review some parts of the Constitution. So we also need to prepare for that. And I also wish we a healthy and a prosperous nation. I think say that we recently we suicide the American government give we the compact back. They give the compact back, but they put on one condition. That condition therefore be on the implementation of the communique. Now in that condition they upon. So I think say government will not need, as people will not need for lose sight of $500 million United States dollar. We get for help in our electricity sector. Look at this Christmas, the level of epileptic nature of electricity supply. They cannot 1 hour ago, 3 hours. I think say we need for put a stop to that, and that go help we a lot. Now that same money then I help countries like Senegal, like Ghana, now help them. So we no need for sacrifice that money there on the altar of political convenience. So I think say we need for ensure say we implement that, and that money they come, we implement them for support to electricity so that they go boom the business sector. Some man they light generator. That generator they light if light day, where they able for put on a machine they on, we get company. They go employ more people for work. So we need for build this country. We need for forget about the politics. Let we behave like other country them. Where after election, all man forget about politics. They begin focus on development. By the time they reach 4 years, 4 years now, they begin members say, okay, we're going to go into election back. So I think say we forget about this too much political bickering. Would they make plaba too much? And the plaba no they can go far. And they can go nowhere. Let we stop this plaba. What would they make in our country?
Right. There are a few comments because of time. Osman Suleiman says, I believe the citizens should prosecute public servants for public service delivery violations, which is negatively impacting the lives of the citizens. Let us forget about politics and the politicians and focus on the delivery of administration and the affairs of our nation, holding public servants accountable and responsible for misappropriation of public works and funds. There are a few comments we will take. Mohamed Jallo is saying Salon religious leaders has no integrity. Okay, Dixie, nobody can look Fatima and Mother Bio in their eyes, tell them they are wrongs. Doing the election is not yet over. Okay, because the opposition do not recognize the election result. That is from Mohamed Jallo. Roland West for Justin is saying Sierra Leone is like a comedy of heroes since 1961, where even though we intermarried, this is still tribalism underneath, and we all aware of its existence, and it is dangerous, proceeding which must be cured or else. That is from Roland West for George Stone. I'll take two more comments because of time. Mosi Jane says Samuel Kama has enjoyed too much democracy up till upon all the tribal speech and it he has done in the past. It's going to be very difficult for the people to forgive. Roland again is saying if leaders across the globe believe that when they die will meet their maker, would they have done the wrong things? I guess they do not believe that they will meet their maker. And trust me, Mr. Reverend, and that is from Roland Braceford Georgetown. Because of time, we'll just take them a few comments and I'll come to Reverend and Dixon for the parting shots in 30 seconds. Reverend?
Yeah, Mecca join AYV for playing. Thank you to the one that we listen to the program and give you feedback. We mean say people they listen and we like that. Of course, things and they will stand out from the feedback we don't get. One word they were on for use as with the close for today. Now the word accountability. Informal democracy work proper one. We therefore be accountable in no matter whether you be whose office you hold, we get for be accountable, or we get for make sure say we force we self for be accountable. Because now so democracy, and so they make progress inside democracy. So that when the next person come, himself obligated for follow the right path. And it draws attention to something we they develop now with parliament. And more not forget that. The aspect of voting with a read and say clerk say in the sack, speaker say under the sack. We need to pay attention to that. You see, because we just start a new year. We don't, in the past, don't they complain about this sacking, this is sacking that. If we get that happening again, in no less a place than parliament, who sign it and they make the law for make with democracy get some level of stability, and the tension they become come out again, we need to pay attention to that. So that thing about accountability, more we raise them up. Somebody, well, I cannot help but comment on this one.
Yeah.
I make a statement where the person say, you not feel say the politicians or people believe say they get for meet the maker. For me, the one evidence we go provide for you now the fact say you know they ever live like this world forever. You get for that. And if life in time was forever, I go say well something, you don't meet somebody, you don't go meet somebody who are accountable to. But because life in time, not to forever, when you transition into eternity, you got to give account of your stewardship here on earth. Whether whether you believe it or not, it left to you. You know, I read somewhere sometime, one professor, you know what he said? He said the reason you make me believe in God. And the fact say with all the book what I say I learn, if I die, I go now, and I realize in a reality, he say I go be the worst fool by all the book I learn. He said, but if I believe in now, then I even die, I realize say no day. I have nothing to lose. What you get for lose, now when you choose not for believe him, and then you die, you go now, you meet and say, he did it. So there, you politicians alone, will probably they entertain that particular thought and feel say, you not get forgive account. Sometimes you might escape accountability from your side, but you cannot escape God's accountability, so be careful.
Thank you very much, Reverend Jibila Kago, in the Director of Communications, National Commission for Democracy. Thomas Dixon.
Yeah, I think I will not for lose sight of the fact we Reverend talk the situation at Parliament. We are in the clerk of Parliament is then they accuse them of nepotism, and then they accuse them of cronyism, and they use system for sack people and bring young people in camp. And some of whom know, some of them people they know what they work according to the reports from Black TV Online. They know what they work. So they speak the clerk of Parliament need for come out to the public and give your side of the story. Or when we also they call on the Anti-Corruption Commission for go to Parliament and investigate, because if somebody they collect 7,000, we 7 million use, and no they work, they say that the clerk of Parliament in West, I think say that is worth investigating. All the one that they collect that money, we know they work. It's worth investigating. And I also think say that kind of confusion they will not fully get in a Parliament. I think there should be, especially in the administration of Parliament, there should be some amount of consensus before decisions are made. I think say as Sierra Leoneans, we get for land for Leku country. We get for land for Leku country, and we get for land for trust we self going forward. The life itself is built on trust. God not trust, he trusts with this life. He trusts with this life. So we get for no say, we get for trust we self until somebody prove otherwise. And we also get for ensure say we institutions them, state institutions them, we mean them become independent, truly independent. We see what happened at the judiciary after the unceremonious leave of the Chief Justice. We suicide the acting Chief Justice, done almost cases, there was stockpile of cases then at the desk of the Chief Justice. I don't go say former, he's on leave. The Chief Justice that is away. The pile of cases that will be in the desk, he don't give to judges them. I made for understand, say judge them, they will not be get nothing at the table. The judge they go work on the money in the camp. They don't give the work for do. We hope say in that situation, in justice, it's not just politics. Cases will for be assigned, assign them. Waiting the decisions of the court. If somebody not feel otherwise, they go back. So we get for ensure say institutions are truly independent, and we get for no see when we are in a state of responsibility. We not only get for look for within and the police sing we for. We also get for listen to the critic, the views of the critic, and put them into good use.
Thank you very much, Thomas Dixon, Reverend Jibila Kagbo, and at initial, segments, we get the Minister of Information and Civic Education, China Bar. Well, as we're in this edition of your News and Current Affairs show, Wake Up Sierra Leone, and Wake Up Sierra Leone will return tomorrow at exactly 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. There are a lot of conversation. Hopefully, we'll discuss the Parliament issue at the show. My name is David M. We'll say many thanks to the production and technical team. Till tomorrow for another fresh edition of Wake Up Sierra Leone. Do have a lovely day and bye.